What up, y'all? Back in the building, Hustlers Academy. I'm your host, Shorty Mac, my co-host.
It's Real Appling in the building.
So now we have a real special guest here. We have family. This isn't just a regular person. This is like moms, So I want to give it up for my friend's mother, Lowell,
Mama Low.
Mama Low.
Alex.
Thank you guys for having me.
Yep. So this is a serious episode we're having right now, So we're about to break things down. For those who don't know, young Low was a family member of ours, and he was also a superstar in his own right. He helped many of these stars come up. I don't have to say who he's helped because we have his mother here to let you know and put the background down. And so we wanted to give her her time to shine.
He helped and how important he was to everybody, not just to
not
family,
just to us,
to extended family and other people.
Yeah, so we have, the number one up in here to speak her piece and speak for us too, because we can only say so much. But Mama Low won't let you know. So Mama Low, thank you for coming up. Yeah, we appreciate you. We appreciate you. We love you a lot.
I love you guys too. You guys have been my kids for
That's
forever,
right?
right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
I
forever.
done stepped over you in the living room, got up and fixed breakfast for y'all. So,
These are facts.
it goes way back.
These are facts.
Yeah.
So how have you been?
Yes.
That's what we
you
want to know.
I still have, I'll put it this way, there are good days and bad days still. I can be working and boom, just feel like I've been punched in the gut,
And for those who don't know, our buddy Low, rest in peace. This is his mother. And just to speed anybody up that doesn't know what's going on, so he was killed, right?
Yeah.
And in a nightclub in Miami, and his mom's going to let us know more information because we all would like to know what happened, what was going on. A lot of major people there.
Yeah.
I heard Elon Musk was there.
Elon Musk was there.
Just a list of people. When you hear about that though, it hits different. But anyways, go ahead, Alex. I just wanted to let the people know.
But I find solace in doing things for Lowell in an effort to keep his legacy alive.
Like the outfit I see, the low jacket.
This is his clothing brand. Many people don't know that as a senior in high school, he and R.J. Johnson designed the League, THE League brand, clothing brand, and Lowell had his own label at the time when we lived in Fort Wayne. And so they've revamped the brand, and unfortunately he's not here yet, but in order to honor him, we're hoping to release it midnight, February 23rd, which would mark his 40th birthday.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And who is R.J. Johnson for people that might not know?
RJ is like a good friend and brother, like you guys are.
Yeah.
He's like a family
We
member.
launched it. He took it.
He and Lowell worked on it before,
on it together.
and then they worked on it together. And
So this is something
after
that's dear to Lowell's
everything,
heart.
yeah, after everything settled, he was like, "Mom, I need to show you something." And I was like, "Well, we need. I don't care what it takes. We need to put it out."
That means a lot because a lot of people don't show up after someone passes away. People tend to forget, and so for someone to come back and do that, that's a real good
That's a
thing.
big
So
deal.
we need support. Shout out to RJ.
Yeah, shout out to RJ.
Yeah. RJ stayed with me almost 3 months afterwards, would not leave my side. I mean, I remember we stayed 2 days after the service at the W in Westwood, and going home that night, I got home and I had the worst nightmare. I dreamed that someone was trying to drown me. And I can't even begin to express that feeling, but trying to call out. I was mad at them when I finally came out of it. I was like, I was trying to call you guys, and nobody can hear me.
Man, oh.
But, so he and a dear friend, Sheena, stayed with me for literally 3 months.
Wow.
Sheena flew out the minute she heard the news. She is the young lady that kind of, she and, Morgan and Jasmine and Shauna and all of my kids, my daughters, they helped to, me to plan the services and things. And I wasn't easy to deal with.
I was gonna say, like, for you to be holding up like this, and depression is real.
Yes.
Mental health is real. So for you to still look this gorgeous and go do something
That's
that
devastating.
yeah, I just want to give a shout out.
I want to give a big shout out to
real.
you for keeping yourself together. God is good. God is good.
So now we're gonna get
The
into
first 2 years were rough. I'll just put it to you that way. You know, you don't want to get out of bed. You don't want to eat. You don't want to comb your hair. Nothing matters. But I can always.
Was that your only son? Your
My
only
only
child?
Mm.
Wow.
Yeah, my only child. You know, although you'll often see me post about all of my kids. 'Cause,
Yes.
I mean, you guys know how many of you guys that
a lot.
were in Lowell's life that, I mean, and all of you call me mama.
okay.
Yeah, you adopted the
EOE.
song.
Yeah.
Knockout.
All of
You
them.
adopted
So,
the song.
exactly. So,
Most definitely.
you know, and like I told you earlier, if he brought you home,
Yeah.
you were dear to him.
Yeah.
If you never got to the house and you never got an opportunity to sit at our dinner table, you weren't that important. So, but
So
yeah.
tell us about that story. I know that you were going back and forth from LA to Florida, dealing with the DA, dealing with
Yeah, that's
the
exactly
law,
what I was gonna
dealing
say.
with
Well,
Let's get into what's going on.
dealing with stipulations,
This case.
right? And
It took
On
a
the
year
case.
and a half before they captured the shooter. And I can say that name because it's public knowledge.
Okay, so what is the name? So people,
Oh gosh, Deshaun Davis.
okay, we'll have a picture of
Deshaun.
and is he from LA?
He's
Is
from
he
Toronto, Canada.
from Toronto?
What I know about him is that he was wanted by the feds for kidnap and murder
Wow.
in Canada.
Oh, something else. He was doing other stuff.
Something that he
Before that,
did,
even
like
before
in,
this occurred.
I think 2020.
So he was already a murderer.
Oh, so he was. So it sounds like he was probably on a run, and then sometimes when people run, they do a whole bunch of crap before they go.
I don't really know the depths of it. I don't even want to know.
I understand that.
I'll be honest with you. I've written him a letter, and that I hope to read to him in court.
Mm.
And what I say in my letter is that I really feel sorry for you, but more importantly, I feel sorry for your mother because she has to lose her son to this.
And for someone who, you're a mother who lost it, so it hits different.
It does.
Very.
It does. It hits different. I'll never forget the first day that I sat in court with that person. I've never experienced rage. I don't know I didn't know what that felt like. But I equate it to, and people might think I'm crazy, but if you've ever had a major surgery or had pain and they give you a shot of Demerol, you get warm from your feet up. Okay? That's how I felt. And I had to excuse myself from the courtroom because I remember telling the detective, I have to leave for a minute. He goes, are you going to be okay? I go, yeah, but if I don't leave, I might do something that you might have to take me in.
Yeah.
So,
consequences. Got you 100%.
I was just filled with so much rage because,
As you should
you
be.
guys know that after this happened, there were so many rumors and the rumors just hurt.
There were a million stories.
That's one thing I want to touch on, these rumors. So could you kind of air out some of the rumors
I
you might
heard
have
that
so we can settle
Lowell
this?
was murdered because he was hollering at a pimp's girl.
Oh,
I heard one of those stories.
That was
I've heard
insulting.
one of those.
that
I've
is
heard.
crazy.
The world knows that Lowell got attacked in New York and his face slashed.
Yeah.
And one of the rumors was that he got killed because he borrowed money from that gentleman, which was a lie.
There's a rumor that I heard that he told on somebody.
Lowell was no snitch. And I want to
For
publicly
the record.
say,
There we go.
for the record, I have a copy of the police report from New York. My son was no snitch. And
After he got cut from the
Right.
cheek down almost to his jugular,
right,
he still didn't tell on the person.
no. When
try to
that
get you that
incident,
That's
when
tough.
that incident occurred, we boarded a 5:30 a.m. flight out of New York, and you know me. I was one of those really super cool moms. As long as he wasn't causing trouble or getting in trouble, I had no issue with him traveling and doing his things. I didn't often know how it was paid for, but he has a big sister, little Angie, and
Shout
she's
out
a
to little
tiny little thing.
Shout out to Lil
That
Angie.
he
Shout
could
out.
listen. I'm like, how are you going to these places? It's okay, Mom. Can I go? And I later found out that
It was
that was her
Angie.
little brother, and Angie had him.
Yeah.
He could call her for anything.
That's love, man.
And,
That's love.
and if he was here today, he'd still be calling little Angie. if
Shout
he
out
was
to
in the
little
field.
Angie,
Yeah,
holding the homie
yeah,
down.
she is a beautiful soul. But you know, the rumors already on the street, you know, that you know, this incident started in New York behind jackets that were used in a
I
video.
heard that one too. I
Yeah.
heard that one. I heard that.
And apparently the gentleman came back for his jackets and was basically told he wasn't getting his jackets back.
Right.
And
Hold on, wait. I want him to be able to hear this. Let that
The train.
the train go.
Downtown Los Angeles.
That's
Downtown
okay.
LA.
Trains, planes, and automobiles.
What you know about the West Coast? Let's go.
But then, you know, Lowell was at the Manhattan Club that night, and he had asked DJ Smooth to spin his single.
Mm-hmm.
And as he was coming down the stairs from the club that night, he was attacked from behind.
Mm.
And he said,
What's up
that
with these fools? They can't face the homie. They couldn't face him. That's just what it is.
So everything was
Every time
behind.
it's attacked, it's from behind. That's weird.
Well, he is 6'9", so people just probably scared. Even though it's whack,
That's
it's not
weird.
good.
They
It's not
probably,
cool.
Lowell was so tall, they probably felt they had to jump on his back or
Yeah.
something. I don't know, but
Okay.
Tall, very tall guy.
you know, he took 86 stitches on the inside, 87 on the
Oh
outside.
my God.
And yeah, I like to brag. My son was beautiful. He was a handsome man, but his face ended up paralyzed. When they removed the stitches, a nerve was damaged in his face. Thank God the stitches ran along his sideburns, so not many people saw it. But that beautiful frontal smile became a side smile because he had
He had no nerve.
the nerve was damaged on the left side of his face.
So these things were, it's just one thing after the next, after the next. After
Well, you know, I was alluding to the fact that I don't say much, but I was like, you are not going back to New York, because he said to me, I didn't see who did it. He didn't realize that he was even cut till he got
Until he
back
got-
to his table, and his friends
Someone
looked
was
at
like,
him
"You're cut."
and were like,
The adrenaline, he was already. Yeah.
he was excited, you know,
Yeah.
his song
The
was
music playing,
spinning.
he's in New York.
And I remember him telling me that it took 5 cab drivers. The first 4 told him he couldn't get in that.
So he almost died because
could have
he
bled
didn't get a
out.
ride.
Yeah.
Damn,
But
New
that's
York
New York.
cab driving.
You know, I looked up, they called it, what was it, a 5150?
Your buck 50.
Buck 50.
That's a common thing in New York.
Yeah.
Like they
yeah.
just slash random people
That's what they
in New
do.
York. Yeah.
Wow.
On the subway, walking down the street. I mean, it's just a thing that they do. So that was a little hard to swallow. He suffered with PTSD after that. Like, you know, I could always come up behind him and hug him. I almost got knocked out one time when I did that. And he was like, I'm sorry, Mom. Yeah. And then I remember one day, you guys all know Pop Pop.
Yeah.
We
Shout out to Papa.
yeah, we told Lowell to give up his home in Calabasas and come home for a minute, you know, at least until he healed. And you know that was not his thing, but it was important. And we came home one day and we found him just curled up on the floor.
Wow.
And he said, "You're right, Mom. I think I'm suffering from PTSD." So he, you know, sought therapy for that.
You wouldn't even know the way that he's out and so sociable. You see,
Yeah.
you gotta really check on your loved ones.
Yeah, 'cause you-
if
yeah.
you knew
He had his
Young
game
Low,
face
the
on.
Prince
I
of the
know.
West,
Yeah.
you wouldn't even think he ever suffered of any type of depression because he was so sociable. He
Yeah.
was the life of the party. All the ladies liked him. And see, that's something you don't know who's going through what. So check on your loved ones.
Yeah. Well, prior to that, you guys know that he was publicly accused of rape, and that right
That
there
right
broke
there.
his spirit.
But
Yeah.
that was him and Chris Brown. Correct?
Yeah, but
we're in the
what
case.
what broke Lowell's spirit were the people that he loved and called friend that turned their back on him completely.
through the
I mean, it
situation.
was a horrific time for me. I couldn't go to my office. I had news reporters. I had people calling me you know, saying "bitch, you raised a rapist." I mean,
Whoa.
it
So
was
it got
horrible.
that serious.
It was.
Wow.
You
It
couldn't
was
go to work. Wow.
It was bad.
And the thing is, there were girls chasing this guy. So
That doesn't
I
even make sense.
personally wouldn't
I mean,
believe it.
hunting him
because,
down.
Yeah, like stalking him, hunting him down. You
The
know,
front,
so-
I don't, you know, this isn't a laughing matter. I can smile about it now because I hear Lowell in my head every day telling me to stand up, to fight for him, to make sure that they say his name. And so, but my mother and her sisters, my aunts, I love all of you guys, said, the proof is in the pudding. If you saw the front row of his memorial service, that said everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everything.
Everything. That was gigantic. I was there.
I was there too.
So,
Yeah.
I sat at the end of that first row, but there were
Yeah.
some incredibly beautiful
People.
women that were in his life.
Yeah.
And
Famous.
he loved them and
Famous.
they loved him.
Yeah.
It's famous.
Yeah.
So
Or
my
just-
question is, so how did he get, like, let's move, how did he get through that though? How did you and him get through that?
Just through-
Because he got through that and he kept moving forward.
And it was all over the news. It was all over TMZ.
Yeah.
It was everywhere.
It was. I think the one thing, you know, I mean, I think he thought his homies would really have his back.
Yeah.
That didn't happen.
So they just stopped talking to
I
him.
remember the one that hurt
He's
him.
not talking about us because we're family.
Right.
It's the
Was-
difference from homies and family.
He
Remember that.
couldn't believe how Scott Disick just turned him off.
So Scott Disick is the Kim Kardashian people.
Yeah, he said, you know, none of these people talk to me. They don't, you know, they think I'm guilty. And in the end, the
So he was
newspaper
hanging out with
article-
Scott. This is the time. I just want you guys, because that's not a regular. That's
It was the
Scott
type of
Disick
person
is
Lowell
not a regular person. So
No.
for him to be hanging out, because he was hanging out with Lowe. Lowe wasn't hanging out with him. Let's get that together.
Let's get that.
But you know, Lowell didn't look at people because of their celebrity
No,
status.
No,
When he-
people attracted to
They-
Lowe. That's what I was.
But
that's-
if he loved you and called you friend, it was sincere.
Yeah,
It was
no,
fun.
they attracted to Lowe.
Yeah.
Let's get that together.
Yeah.
Lowe didn't have to go hang with these
Yeah.
people. Lowe was the attraction. They wanted to be around him. He had the plug. In life, you need plugs. You need to go play. I don't care. You can have all the money in the world and be super famous and still can't get into places.
Yeah.
Lowe was one of
All
them.
of my adult
Yeah.
male friends started calling
One
me.
of-
I had
yeah.
a friend call me whose name I won't mention because he's pretty prominent. He said, "Hey, Alex, I'm in LA. Can I get your son's phone number?" And I was like,
Yeah.
well, what do you need Lowell's number for?" He said, "Girl,
Everybody knows Lowe.
Everybody knows Lowe.
you don't know. Your
Yeah.
son is in the club. He's got
Yeah.
sections. He's got
Oh,
all the
West
beautiful
Coast.
girls." And I said, "But
Yeah.
Lowell's only 16." He's like, I'm just letting you know." And
Yeah.
I called Lowell and I was like, "Son, are you in the clubs?" "Mom, I'll talk to you about that later." But you know, and like you said, the moniker, it was Tommy Hilfiger that gave him that moniker.
Yeah, Tommy Hilfiger gave him the name. Everybody.
Yeah, he
He's
was
the
being interviewed by a journalist, and Lowell walked out of the club, and always because of his stature, people would want to know who he was. And Tommy grabbed him. He's like, "You don't know Lowell? Everybody knows Lowell."
Wow.
And then Tommy told him that he should use that as his moniker.
And he did. He's smart. He was smart.
He did.
And he did, and it actually worked.
Yeah, and it actually
That's the difference. Some people give you a moniker, but it ain't for you.
Yes.
That
Yes.
actually was for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that was the life he lived.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
he definitely lived his way. But through therapy, and I think he just, you know, he stayed to himself for a while. He went through a lot of pain and suffering, you know, mentally, emotionally, physically. But he was determined and just willed himself back. Like, I gotta get back.
He was
on my
producing
feet,
it,
you know?
engineering since
Yeah.
how old? Like about 13,
13,
12,
14.
11, 9? I don't know.
Like
nine.
ninth
Oh.
grade, 8th and 9th grade.
Could you
no,
name-
7th grade.
Could you name some of the acts that he's kind of helped through his engineering stage? Some of the
Well-
people that they might, just for the fans.
Well,
just,
Jam Master Jay was like his mentor.
Say that again. Jam Master Jay. For those who don't know who Jam
was
Master
his
Jay is,
mentor.
Run DMC. Jam Master Jay found 50 Cent.
He's
So
the
finish
50
talking
Cent
just so
guy.
they know.
I remember him coming to visit us in Fort Wayne. He came to Fort Wayne and stopped and had dinner with us and told me how proud he was and how talented Lowell was. I've sat in meetings where people have looked at me and said to me, your son knows more about the industry than people I've managed for a long time. You know, there was I think Naeem. Naeem was with Universal. You know, Lowell was under his wing, and of course, Tony Pryor, you know, known as T Hustle.
T Hustle.
Yeah, you know, Lowell truly loved him.
Wasn't he working? Did he do some stuff with a Hitmaker and a couple?
Oh yeah, he's worked with
what
Hitmaker.
he brought artists over there though,
Yeah,
right?
he
What are
worked
some of
with
the artists that
Hitmaker.
he actually?
He worked with, of course,
'Cause
Ray
he was the
J,
middleman.
Faith Evans.
He put the
I
connection
sat there
together.
when he was writing with, writing had the opportunity to present something to J Lo. I know he worked with
J Lo. Hello.
Faith Evans,
Faith Evans.
Lil
Hello.
Wayne,
Wayne.
and of
What
course, you know, Chris Brown, who for Lowell was his little brother.
Yeah. For people that don't know, I'm sorry, I just want to say one more thing. Before people were actually like taking songs and remaking them, because me and Ray J, we did one. And then on the same platform, I seen Low and Tyga.
Yeah.
How? Before Tyga was anything, he was with Low. They had their own group, right? People that don't know, Low and Tiger was a group before Tiger was even with Cash Money. Before Tiger knew there was even a Wayne,
100%.
Tiger was rapping with Young
Yeah.
Low. I
Yeah.
just want people to know that because he's big now.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna tell the camera
Yeah.
this. Low used to have Tiger out here so much that he was getting features. I'm not gonna say the price, but I'm gonna say, yo,
Baby
Low
price.
was locked in.
He was-
Low was locked in.
Yeah,
So
shout
it's
out.
like
He was trying to put people on before
Yeah.
they even knew,
you knew
what the future
what
was.
the future was.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
did. He tried really hard.
Really
I always
did.
tell people that that's my job now, to make sure that he gets his flowers, because he didn't get them when he was here.
Speaking of that,
And he never asked
No,
for
he
anything. He was hopeful that people would honor him
Didn't do
and
the
take
right
care of him and do the right thing. And unfortunately, I can say today that there's not one person that did. Well, I'll take that back. Chris Brown gave him the opportunity to tour with him in Germany.
huge.
I will never forget that, because Pop came home one day and he said, you know, we're going to Germany. I said, for what? He goes, we've never seen Lowell perform live and we're going. And that first night, I just stood there in awe. Because, you know, Lowell's kind of quiet. He's the guy that's going to be in the corner.
I put Low on stage first with Ray J though.
Oh, okay.
I'm the first one to ever put Low.
That's
I was performing with Ray J, and then I had to go do something, and Low was around, and I said, Low, you go and do Shorty Mac.
Right.
So and then he got with Chris Brown.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Shorty Mac actually first put him on stage. Yeah.
But I was in awe. I was scared, because when we pulled up to the arena, I mean, the line was wrapped around the block.
I mean, it's Chris Brown.
When I got inside, I looked at James and I said,
We made it.
no, I was like, I'm scared.
Oh, you were scared?
I was like, I don't know if Lowell's ever performed in this many people before. But we were shocked. I mean, he
Ready.
jumped down into the crowd.
Yeah, he was ready.
And I forget what song it was. I think it was Everybody. I don't remember, but I
He had a
remember
few
Chris
joints.
saying, yo, Lowell, where you at? And then Lowell came out and I was like, oh my God, that's my kid, you know? So that was a phenomenal experience.
Yeah, awesome.
It was really, really awesome. You know, I just think in the end, Lowell was torn, you know, because I still don't know the truth as to, you know, I know that whole rape issue may have bridged a gap between them. There were some other issues that I won't speak on that I was highly disappointed in.
And we're
But-
talking about
Mr. Brown.
Okay.
You know, I mean, this is a young man that, I'll be 64 this year, so I've watched growing up. I've loved his music. He's an entertainer. I love to watch him dance. And here, my son,
So
I'm not
Low
gonna
was signed. Low was actually signed to OHB.
Was it like verbal?
I think that was the whole little, we're getting ready to do this kind of a thing. I don't
More of a
know.
verbal.
Yeah, it's probably.
But it is something I'm looking into.
Okay.
And I'll be honest, I was jaundiced about the whole thing. I was like, you're talented enough. You could do this on your own. You don't have to walk or be in anyone's shadow.
Yeah.
But he said to me, that's like my little brother-in-law.
Oh, that's what
That's
Mr.
what
Brown-
Lowell said.
Oh, that's what Low said.
He said, that's like my little brother. Oh, Chris told me that too when we were in Germany. He looked me in my face. He hugged me. There's a picture of all of us hugging together. Hoodie was there. And he told me I never had to worry about Lowell. That was his
Hoodie.
big
Hoodie is
brother. And he
OHB,
always had
right?
him. I realized that when, the service happens and everybody goes back to their lives. But when we did the candlelight visual, the first person to boom, he was in my chest and he was crying was Chris. And he said how much he loved Lowell and how sorry he was. And
So he showed up to the
candlelight visual that we had here in LA, he did. And he said to me, if I ever needed anything, I just reach out. But I was disappointed that he didn't show up for the service. I was disappointed that I've never gotten a card or a phone call that said, hey, Mama, how you doing? I don't care about his stardom. He's still a young man to me.
Yeah, for sure.
And if the shoe was on the other foot, Lowell would have been there for his mom. If he didn't do anything but call, and there's a lot of people. I've heard a lot of things. People have said that he's asked questions, and
But I heard it was about Chris Brown, like some jackets too. It was like because there's a bunch of different stories.
There's one more thing I heard too, the Meek Mill thing. I heard Meek Mill was trying to get something or get a car or rent a car from him or something, right?
well,
I heard there's some kind of involvement. Yeah.
Well, I do recall speaking to Lowell that day. I spoke to Lowell on the 6th of May. I was at home watching Creed 3, dead in the movie, going, get him, And when I answered the phone, I was like, hold on, son, let me watch this scene. He was like, oh my God, what are you watching? Well, Lowell knew Michael B. Jordan before he grew up and became really big.
Michael B. Jordan and Low were friends.
They were. And he
Everybody knows Low.
And he said to me, he was like, do you even remember when I brought him home? I said, no, but he wasn't as big a star as he is now.
Facts.
And so we laughed about that. And I talked to him on the phone, and we were planning his son's birthday party. He was like, well, he wants to come to LA. He wants to go to Disneyland. He wants a dog. And, and
Jordan.
That's Papa.
No.
Low.
My grandson.
Okay.
And so that's what we were talking about. And then twice while we were on that call, he was like, Mom, I'll call you back. And when he called me back, he told me that it was Meek Mill who wanted, am I saying it right? A Urus to drive?
Oh, Urus. Yeah. And Lamborghini truck.
And so he and his then business partner had started a company called Silver Platinum Luxury Car Rentals. And
it was out there in Miami?
In Miami.
Okay.
Yeah. And so, it's my understanding that they gave the car to him.
So Meek Mill did get the car.
He did get the car.
You asking Low for it, or did he go through someone else?
No, he went through Lowell.
He went directly through Low to get.
Lowell met him out, and
so Low and him had to be.
I won't
cool.
talk anymore about.
But there had to be some kind of relationship that they
I believe that. I don't think they were the best of friends, but I think they.
But
did
there was a heavy acquaintance
or
something to ask for that kind of car. You know?
Yeah. Well, I think in return he was supposed to post something or give a shout out to the business.
So it was more of a business.
And that never happened.
So somehow the people that are, is there any connection with the person that did the and Meek Mill. That's what I mean. I've heard, but
They're
heard a lot
I've
of stuff
heard about that.
They're associated
So
from what I've been told and from what I've seen. They're associated.
That's tricky.
one way or another by
Yeah.
pictures or some kind of way associated.
Yeah.
So-
There's certain things I can say and other things I still have to protect
Yeah.
the
Gotcha.
integrity
Brand and
of the
everything.
case,
Yeah,
that kind of thing. But I've learned a lot. It hurts. One of the things I think you guys would agree is Lowell, like I said, if he loved you, he loved you and he accepted you and he was very trusting of everybody.
Yeah.
Almost and he was loyal
Yes.
fault.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it hurt him in the end.
Man.
So you were saying something about they let you actually see the video of the incident
Yeah, that's crazy.
from, I guess, from earlier on into the situation, or
So I saw the video from the arrival of the shooter and the individuals that accompanied him.
So for those who don't know, she's seen exactly what happened. So all the stipulations of what and who did, that's out the window.
it's out the window.
We know what it is.
Yeah.
She knows what it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was able to see the individuals in the club.
Seen him.
I watched my son being stalked and then shot, gunned down 6
Man,
times.
prayers for you, mama,
Yeah,
because
for
that is not easy at all.
So-
Prayers for you. Yahusha. Amen.
So they let you actually see everything going on. So the people that were in that tape, whoever that may be, obviously they're
I pray every day.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I pray every day. I mean,
So
it
the
isn't.
case is
it
still
isn't-
going on,
Let me
right?
put it. The trial hasn't even started.
Trial. So those who don't, the trial has not even started. So this has been what, 3
The
years?
case has actually gone back to the grand jury.
So what kind of time are these guys looking at? Because I know they were looking
Yeah.
at some kind of something heavy like death penalty status.
Talk
and then-
about taking some of it off. Explain what's
Right now, they're looking at first-degree murder and 2
but isn't that like
counts of
obvious?
first-degree. Well, I mean,
But not to the
I'll put it this way: I've learned a lot about our judicial system,
yes.
and it sucks.
It sucks.
It
the
really
obvious isn't the obvious, basically.
No,
Wow.
it isn't.
On a brighter note, so we can lift this up a little bit, let's talk about the Huey Network. Let's talk about the music.
That was
Lowell
a Hugh
wanted to
TV
do.
network was Lowell's vision.
Yeah, tell the people. Let them know.
He
if they
came
don't
home
know.
in tears, actually. You remember when he and Details
Yeah.
Okay.
and it was he, Details, and oh God, my mind is going crazy. It's like my kid.
We could run back though. And
Yeah, they did the How to Love song with
oh, you talking about Max
Max
Love?
Lux.
Max Love.
Lambo. Right.
Give him
Hey man. Yeah.
Max and Low were like this. They had
Max
a group
and Low
too.
were-
If you saw,
They had their
if
own
you
group.
saw,
Yeah.
Lux,
You saw
I didn't call
Lux,
him
you saw-
Max Lux. I
You
call him
saw
Lux.
Love.
You saw Lux. You saw Love.
Lux
Yes.
and Love.
Yes. I mean, at one point they were like stuck like glue, going everywhere.
Every single day. And, I haven't seen Lux. He took this very, very hard. But, every once in a while we connect,
That's
and,
pretty awesome.
I'm grieving. Everybody grieves differently.
Yes.
And so I don't want to be anyone's burden. Like people say, well, when you're going through what you're going through, why don't you call us? Because I don't want to be a burden. And every time you talk to me, I don't want to say, I don't want to be the one crying or the one constantly talking about that. Lowell wouldn't want that from me.
No.
He wants me to hold my head up.
Yeah.
And
I mean, through those
Rest.
hard times, I never knew he was going through nothing like that. Like honestly, he was different, even when that
Lowell
situation.
kept secrets.
Yeah,
He didn't tell
He
anybody's
wasn't a gossip
business.
central.
Yeah, he
And he
wasn't a
would
gossip.
not let you talk about anybody.
Yeah.
'Cause there's a few times I went off and he was like, let me break this down to you.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah, low.
he was, like I said, loyal to a fault. I think the hardest part for me is there's so many people that are, we love Lowell, we love this. Now I can tell you who has been consistent. His friend Dean, you guys, RJ, of course, family members, but
Shout out to
and
RJ.
and Ray J and Dean have been they check out, they check on me periodically.
That's good.
His friend Obi is still struggling with it. There's certain things that I can't say to RJ because he just
It affects.
yeah, he shared with me that Lowell visits in ministry. Speaking of that, my grandson was with me.
Which is Lowell's son.
Yeah.
Shout out to Baby Poppy.
Lowell Gregory Grissom the third,
There we
known as
go.
Baby Poppy, and I'm making breakfast because I do a smoothie every morning, and so this particular morning he texts me from his room because he has his room in my house, and he goes, "Grandma, it's time to get up. Are you awake?" And I said, "Yeah, Grandma's awake." He says, "Well, get up. It's time to feed Charlie." So the dog that Lowell had promised him for his birthday, he didn't get for his birthday because his birthday was
After the passing.
right after everything happened.
Yeah.
So we ended up getting little Charlie Brown, and unfortunately he and his mom couldn't keep him where they live. So Charlie got to come home with me.
Okay.
And I didn't want a dog, but let me tell you something.
Now Charlie's part of the family.
Yeah, nobody
Can't
takes
touch
Charlie.
Charlie. Yeah.
You cannot. That's my baby.
Yeah.
Well, it's our baby.
Yeah.
But I have a camera set up so he can check on Charlie,
Cool.
and he will call me out.
Oh, did you feed Charlie?
Oh, I have to tell you that story. So, and I was fixing the smoothie, but when I got up that morning, he pays attention, and it reminds me so much of Lowell. Like, I don't know if you know, Lowell could take something apart down to the nuts and bolts and put it right back together.
Yeah.
He could do
He's an
that.
engineer. He was
He was-
producer
he was-
engineer,
Oh
so
my
he
God.
let us.
Like,
That was
it
hard
was-
by itself.
It was just crazy.
Yeah.
And so my grandson had set out the strawberries, the blueberries, the bananas, my protein powder, my chia seeds, my almonds, the almond milk. He had everything out. And he said, "I think I'm going to try your smoothie, baby. Don't give me blueberries because I'm allergic to blueberries." I said, "Okay." So I'm making it all, and I'm going to make his first. And he looks at me and he says, "Grandma, my daddy visits me all the time."
Wow.
I just froze. And I'm thinking, what is he talking about? And I
Yeah.
go, "He does?" He goes, "Yeah." And he looks good, Grandma.
Oh.
He said he's not wearing his twist anymore. He's wearing his hair like mine. He will not let us cut or his hair or change the style.
Oh.
Wow.
That's not, how Lo used to wear that fade and have his curls.
Yeah. So
That's
him.
That's him, and he will wear that for life.
That's crazy.
And I said,
That's his son.
I said-
Hey, that's all you can say on that one.
I
That's
was
his
like, "Have you
son.
talked to Daddy?" He said, "Yeah." I go, "Well, what does he say to you?" He goes, "He tells me everything's going to be all right.
Wow.
Everything for me not to worry, but that everything is going to be all right." And so,
That's positive.
they say that the spirit never dies, and that because children are innocent, that your deceased loved ones will visit children first, So I just took it at that, and excuse me, I didn't question him anymore.
Yeah.
He's already learning to write beats.
Oh, wow. So, yeah. That's
How
crazy.
old is he?
It's in the blood.
He's 9. He'll be 10 this year.
Wow.
But he's writing beats. He asked for a beat machine for his birthday last year, but he's found this software on his iPad where he's writing beats. He's DJing. He's doing
He's musical.
Well, he's been singing Lowell's music before he could talk.
Of course. I mean,
He could get in there
that's
and,
his son. Yeah.
just be,
That's his son. That's pretty amazing, though, to see that coming through from him, from being the original.
He is the splitting image of Lowell, from his walk to his attitude. When I tell you, I'll tell you a story. So I told his mom, I said, "I'm going to call him and play a trick on him."
Mm-hmm.
So I called him and I pretended to be crying and upset. And I said, "Grandma's a little embarrassed, but I'm broke." He said, "Mm-hmm." I said, "I can't feed me or Charlie. So I was wondering if you could lend me $50. He was silent. I said, did you hear me? He said, mm-hmm. I said, well, can you make grandma a loan of $50? He said, no. It's not my problem that you were irresponsible with your money.
Okay.
I said, okay.
Wow.
All right. He later, Apple paid me $10 and said, get Charlie's food.
Oh,
Wow.
So then
hilarious.
I fell out laughing. So I waited a couple days
Yeah.
and I sent him back $15 to Apple Pay. And I said, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Actually, I was able to feed Charlie and me on your $10. And so I wanted to pay you back interest. He said, thank you.
I
So,
a banker.
and he-
got this son.
Oh, but let me tell you, he keeps up with his money all the time. He knows exactly. And don't ask him for something. If you ask him, can you have some? He's going to give you one of something.
It's a brilliant 9-year-old.
Okay.
I'll tell you that right.
He says he's going to have money. He told his mom said, well, how girls aren't going to, when you grow up, girls don't want to go on a date with you. He said, I don't care. He said, because if they go out with me, they're going to have their own job and they're going to pay. I'll pay for mine. They'll pay for theirs.
So you don't ever, you don't ever see any type of, cause my father passed away too when I was like, I guess about 5 years old,
Wow.
in a car accident. So, and I sometimes got sad and stuff. And then, so do
There
you
are
see-
times.
Yeah,
There are times, and when those times occur, his mother will say to me, you need to come.
yeah, that's it. That's
He'll
it.
go through, like when they have the father-son
Yeah,
things at
that's it.
school, or, he's playing soccer now, and the other kids have mom and dad there, those things affect him.
Yeah.
They do. They affect him a lot,
Good thing you're there for him.
Man,
I try to be there. I begged. I wanted them to come to LA, but her mother's there, and I get it. Baby Poppy loves his school. He's really doing so well at his school. So to kind of uproot him. So I try to get
He's
back.
on the East Coast.
He's on the East Coast.
You on the West.
I went back for birthdays and try to get back. I'm gonna try to go in a few weeks to visit, and we just hang out. It's the greatest joy is to walk to that door because he's tall and long legs and arms like Lowell, and he just will wrap his arms and legs around me. And it's the greatest thing. And he keeps track on me. Like he'll call me and be like, "Why are you at such and such and such street? What's going on?"
Don't you got isn't there like Lowell has a music thing that we're doing, like a music channel or something?
Right.
Together, right?
Yes.
Right.
Let's talk about that. Are you gonna put?
So let's
is the
let
son
this
gonna
audience
be on that?
know
Yeah.
Okay.
exactly what's going on with his music channel as well as the Huey Network. Which
So Hugh TV Network was Lowell's vision. He came home one day furious because he had a song that had over 100,000 downloads and he had a check for $15.
Oh.
And he was livid.
Yeah, I bet.
And he said to me, Mom, we got to figure out a way so that up and coming artists are really recognized.
Yeah.
Besides the Spotify's and what's that other one?
So he was trying to find a way to
SoundCloud.
blow up artists,
Right.
and have like
So-
a label or something.
I said, well, what do you mean? He goes, we need some. He says, do you remember MTV and 106 and Park? I was like, yeah. We used to love to watch those
Right.
shows.
Yeah.
So we watched those shows together. Lowell and I kind of grew up together. You know what I mean? And
Well, because
And
how old were you when you had Lowell?
I was 23.
Yeah, so you're a baby with a baby.
Yeah. And so we created Hugh TV Network. I recently asked NBA player Angel McCartry to come on board with me, and she's been phenomenal. She's a phenomenal writer and producer. She did the movie Lake Lanier. She's done a movie Bygones that was very successful at the film festivals in the UK, and she's working on a sci-fi right now. And so we're bringing on people little by little, but within, and by the way, Hugh TV Network is streaming on Roku, Apple TV, Fire TV, Android, and iOS. And we are negotiating the final terms with Samsung right now. But we've incorporated the Everybody Knows Lo music channel into Hugh TV Network. So it's its separate channel. And with Angel's help, we are going to try to produce a show. We just got to get some volunteers because we want a couple people that'll come on and host those shows and bring on up and coming artists, give them an opportunity like they did at 106 in Park to perform and talk about their music and their vision and their hopes and their dreams. But it's free to, get your music onto the Everybody Knows Low.
So people
music
would
channel.
so an artist, say artists from up the street from here, and they want to get their music on the channel. They just go to the app, download, and then submit the music.
Yes, they can go to either myself, Alex at Hugh TV Network, or info@hughtvnetwork.com and submit their music. Obviously, they have to have a video.
Yeah.
And we play it. And we're also this year going to launch Everybody Knows Low Radio. That platform has already been built where we can just play music 24/7.
Yeah.
So
Awesome.
it'll be
You guys
cool.
hear this? I
So,
want
like if
y'all
you've
to
got
hear
a
this.
Roku TV or Apple TV, you can just go to the channel and stream it.
So make sure you guys get on there, stream, support Low, rest in peace, his mother, his son, support the movement, the homies too. I mean, support the Huey Network.
You never know. You might be the next
And
artist.
you
as
might
well.
be the next person.
Opportunity
as well.
could come hit you at any second, so don't miss it while it's flying.
While it's flying, you know what I mean? And guess who's giving the opportunity?
Mama Low.
Mama Low. So
Well, no, that's actually Lowell because it was his vision. And
Yeah,
so I'm
Mama
just-
Low's carrying
I'm
the
just
torch.
carrying the
Low,
torch.
Low brought the vision, but Mama Low is carrying the torch. So that's the way to stand.
Yeah, that's it in the nutshell. And so we've RJ and I formed the Everybody Knows Low Music and Art Foundation. Lowell had a real passion for art. And you remember Boo?
Bubonic.
Bubonic.
Yeah, for those who don't know Bubonic from Philly's Most Wanted, I personally know Boo first through Pharrell when we were doing music over there with Atlantic Records, and then I got introduced during that time to Boo from Young Low, which brought it even closer.
Right.
'Cause
Well,
that
Boo
was his boy.
Has just
Boo.
really soared. He's a phenomenal artist. His
Amazing.
real name
What
is
is his-
Albashir Holly.
I'm sure Holly, his
And
paintings are
I
amazing.
mean, you've never seen anything like it. He's amazing.
Basquiat style.
We hosted,
Yeah.
well, we know we hosted the art tribute, and we had just so many.
He's a legend, man.
Amani Lewis. We had a local, David Da Vinci, and just so many people that Lowell's friend, his tattoo artist. Marcus Muse. We had
Marcus, he
Muse.
tagged
Ashley
me.
Martell, and everybody knew Ashley's work for. She would do like the very sexy, voluptuous, like the bunny, Jessica Rabbit kind of a stuff.
Yeah.
But now she's just phenomenal, and so all of that artwork, I've created my own little art gallery at home. That's all hanging in my hallway.
For those who don't know, Low loved art.
He did. And big shout out to Alec Monopoly for sending me your art piece all the way from London when we hosted that.
Shout out to Alex.
I haven't had a chance to thank you for that. And Tesso, who did an amazing mural. And, for those of you that don't know, there's also a mural in Hollywood that we, have
Put together.
had the pleasure. I'm so shocked that it's still there.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's beautiful. It just
Is that on Schrader in Hollywood?
it's on. Oh, it's right around the corner from Harold's Chicken. There's this Hudson. It's a little street called Hudson.
Hudson.
Yeah.
If you're in Hollywood, go ahead on Hudson and you'll see. Rest in peace.
So we'll probably be gathered there again this year.
Oh yeah, we'll be there. And if you see our video, Mr. Homie, tell Young Low,
Right.
to also Donna Vici,
Yes.
The whole crew, man. We keep
Oh,
going
cool,
on and on, man.
But we got the mural up in there of Young
Yeah.
Low up in there. We put that in there too, man.
Yeah.
Because it's so big. But
Yeah,
that was so.
you talking about
When
Mr.
you
Holmes?
guys,
Yeah, the cartoon video.
The
the way you
cartoon
guys
video.
did
We got the
that,
mural
it was
team.
just phenomenal. I couldn't believe it. When I opened it, I was like, "Oh my God!" You know, it's really beautiful. And so, you know,
That piece was specifically for Tyshawn. There was a Tyshawn. There was Donna Vici,
Vici, yeah.
right? Which Low was always
with Don Vici, yeah,
and
Low, yeah.
and the crazy part about it is you let Low hear the music
This
about
is the craziest thing. So when we did the song
Right.
for Tyshawn first.
Yes.
He passed away first.
Okay.
Right.
And then
And that's DJ Unique's son.
yeah, that's DJ
Unique's son.
Okay.
They did all the Bone Thugs.
We did all the
Right.
Crossroads. They did everything.
Right.
And then I played it for Low. He was in Miami. And I
Okay.
said, "What do you think about, He was like, "I like that." He liked it. I even have it on my message, just having a conversation.
Oh wow.
I had no idea that I was gonna be collaborating my homie into that record.
song. Yeah.
Wow.
That was
Unbelievable.
unbelievable. Yeah.
He was so happy the night before. He was like, "Mom, he loved music, but when he became a father, like he had come home for Coachella, and Lowell stays out all night till the sun comes up, and then again. But
A couple sons come home.
every night before midnight from Coachella, and I was like, "What's wrong with you?" And he was like, I don't know. I don't feel the same. He goes, everybody's still in the same space, and he would be like, "Mom, can you fix me a steak and a baked potato and some asparagus? And can you make me some cornbread muffins?" And so we do that, and we'd stay up all night just talking and brainstorming, and he was really ready to settle down. The young lady that he was dating at the time, I hadn't physically met her, but he said she was the one.
Wait. So currently, before his passing, he actually felt like he.
was
That's
ready.
when you're saying this to me knowing
No,
Low,
all of us. I was like, really?
unbelievable.
Yeah.
So that's big, man. That's
Yeah.
sad. That sucks.
Yeah.
For him to say that, and he had. I mean, when I'm talking about options, the man had options. They didn't have to he didn't have to say that to you, Mom.
Yeah.
I mean, he had options. So it saddens me to hear that because I know that he felt that way. That's big.
Yeah, and
Because
he said he just wanted to slow life down and just be a good dad. That was all he really wanted. And it saddens me to know that didn't come to fruition for him. It really does. But on the flip side of it, when I'm giving praise to God, I'm thankful that my son isn't constantly looking over his shoulder, because the same individuals that attacked him and cut his face continued to threaten him. And I'll never forget
So are
a
those the
picture
same guys?
being shared with me of my grandson with a noose around his neck.
Oh my God.
So they threatened and they didn't let up. And like I said, I can't, there's only certain things I can say, and people probably, there's a lot of people that would have an opinion about me saying the things that I say now, but I can't walk in fear.
Right.
I mean, how can you tell a
And the
mother
truth of the
what
matter
not to
is-
say? That's already
And the truth
That's
of the
weird.
matter is, it's already public record. So if you want to know anything, you can do what I do. You can either sit in the courtroom or you can go pull up the records, the transcripts. But
But just the fact that someone thinks they can tell a mother
Yeah.
how to feel that.
oh, are you kidding me?
That's a no-go.
People are brutal.
No, I heard some of his. Well, I can't say. I'll say some of his so-called friends. Actually know the
The people,
person that did this crime.
and that's true.
So you're hearing this, ladies and gentlemen, that you got to watch who you're around.
Yeah. Watch who you call friends. Watch who you bring around your family.
Right.
Because those same people might be hanging out with the person that's coming to get you.
That's right.
It's unbelievable. This is when you really hear these stories, and they're 100% factual truth.
Sounds like a movie.
It's beyond a movie. It is unbelievable just to
So
hear
you
that.
are putting together a movie for this, right? We are.
Actually, do you remember Lowell's friend Flacco?
I mean,
Maybe by face.
yeah.
He was like the Latino guy that had a really smooth flow
Okay.
on some of Lowell's
But shout
music
out to
and things
Flacco.
like that.
Shout out to Flacco.
But yeah, Flacco and a mutual friend of he and Lowell's, they've written a script which is phenomenal,
Okay.
and it talks about just their life,
Okay.
and I think it's going to be phenomenal when it
Awesome.
comes together. And Flacco, if you're watching this, you're in trouble with me, and you know why.
Flacco. Better holla at Mama Low,
You better
Flacco.
call me.
Hey, stop.
I love you. But yeah, and I've been approached by other people in terms of doing a documentary.
Because I've seen a couple documentaries
I've
myself.
actually seen.
Speaking of that, I've actually
Yes.
sent you one or something, to get the information correct, because that's another reason we wanted to make sure.
Well, yeah, I corrected someone.
Because there's a lot of wrong information that was out there, so now we got a lot of corrections. And is there any more corrections that we might need to,
They're coming.
Okay.
They'll be coming.
Can we speak on them?
I can't. I can just tell you this.
Well, we can bring you
that
back
when I first met with Detective Pearl, I told him my suspicions, and along the way, he said to me once, he said, "You're a talent agent, right?" I said, he goes, "Well, now it's time for you to earn your Oscar." And I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "All I can tell you is that there are people that have been amongst you and your son that knew this was being planned.
Oh,
Whoa.
wow.
So just be
There was
careful."
plotting already before.
Yeah.
And that's because they got text messages, emails, and just information.
They
that
have
is
that.
back.
They did a thorough, and
Investigation.
I send a big shout out. I won't say his full name, but he did a phenomenal job. And the state prosecutor, I won't say her name either, but I have given her hell. She probably wished she could smash my head into the wall some days, but at the end of the day, it's not personal. And it's not vengeance that I seek. I want justice
It's
for
a
my
mother
son.
wants justice for her son. I mean,
That's it.
Just,
Yeah.
And if I could say anything to the individuals that plotted and conspired over the time that they did, if you had gotten to know my son, they would have loved him just like we did.
100%.
Yeah, without a doubt.
That's it.
Without a doubt.
That's it.
So, man, this was real deep. I think we might have to do a part 2, because we could be
Well, we
here.
need a part 2 because we want to know what
We're going to
you're
keep
able
up
to
with the
say
case. That's what we want to,
after, so
we want to
nail this
keep
down.
up with this case.
All I know is that the judge has said that she will not allow it to sit in her courtroom for 5 years. That and it makes me feel good, because she'll say things like, "This man lost his life in 2023. We need to get this case moving."
Yeah.
For sure.
The shooter did stall a lot, saying that he was going to get private counsel, and that never happened. And I will say that the death penalty has been taken off the table, and
And so, how is the death penalty off the table?
I don't understand it. They can't make me understand it.
Okay.
They cannot.
Because there was other people that got injured as well.
Yeah.
They almost lost their life as well.
So he's not so Lowe's not the only one that was hurt that night.
No, there were other people.
So there's something going on in the system to where they don't see the vision of what happened when people usually get shot.
But she's actually seen. And that's where it gets tricky.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
different.
the thing is, usually when this is say someone is trying to shoot at somebody, that's going to be 10 years. That's going to be a lot of time. So for them to take off the table of something,
I'll say this.
actually happened,
This is where
is
Black
very
and brown people have to stand together. Our biggest mistake is not educating ourselves about our laws within our states, our judicial system, and getting out and voting. I hear so many of our people say, "My vote doesn't count," but it really, really does. Because what people don't understand now, criminals, sex offenders, these kind of people are walking out of jail because of that one vote that we put in place.
Yeah.
you know,
I hear
and
about
Get your ass out there and
it's
vote.
crazy to
I
me.
hear about that all the time.
It makes me so angry.
Yeah. Get out there and vote. If you don't feel like your president vote don't count, locally for sure vote.
Yes,
Because
it's
what's
very
going on is
important.
bad. I mean, this is a mother grieving about her son.
Oh,
Go vote. Look at what's going on, and they're trying to not really do. It doesn't seem like they're trying to really do too much on just the legal side of just comforting the family, you know. So we love you, Alex. Thank you.
yeah, we
for
love
coming.
you,
I
Alex.
love you guys
We love
too.
you, Alex.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we definitely deserve a hug.
So we're gonna
This
follow
one.
Thank you.
the Hustlers Academy. We're gonna follow this case too. We're gonna
sorry.
we're gonna be following her, and we're gonna find out at what's gonna happen at the end of this. Hopefully, justice prevails the way it's supposed to.
Justice will
We
prevail.
want to give it up to Mama Lo. This is only part one. This is part one of those. You already know how it
We'll go back
is.
to court in February, and I know that to expect some changes then, but I'll definitely keep you guys
Please
updated.
keep us
Locked in.
updated.
And
Look out for
understand-
Huey Network.
Yes.
If you all the artists, if you want to put your music out, make sure you contact Huey Network. Get down with you let them know.
Just send your music video or your MP3 to myself, Alex at Hugh TV Network, and we'll give you a shot.
You're dealing with the pluggiest podcast of all. Hustlers Academy, baby. Let's get it.
Love, peace. We
Thank
out.
you.